Hi, I'm Pia, a film student and hopefully a director. Well, at least 3 years from now. This is actually a video essay of my film journey where I'll be answering 4 questions while you get to sit back and relax. This is also the first episode of the series I'd like to call Tara, Usap Tayo. Question number 1. Why I chose to pursue a degree in digital film. The most commonly asked question for those taking this program, or for any program in that matter. This might seem like such an easy question, but it is actually quite hard if you come to think of it. I have always been sure that I want to be a director, that I want to pursue a career in film. But at that time, I didn't really know how to. I don't have any equipment. I don't know how to use a camera or write down my ideas for a screenplay. I don't know anyone in the film industry, nor do I know a lot of Filipino films. Basically, I don't know anything. Not until when I started senior high. I was enrolled in a new school. I didn't know anyone. It was all just new to me. And we had this subject, creative writing, wherein we were tasked to create a theatrical play as a class. I was actually absent the day that they were giving out tasks like who will direct, who will write, and etc. And then the next day, the moment that I entered the classroom, they told me, "Oh, ikaw nga pala yung napili namin as a director, blah blah blah." Since they remembered that I told them that I want to be a director when we were introducing ourselves in the entire class. I remembered all this vividly since I was really touched by that simple action that they remembered. We didn't really know each other that much, but they trusted me and my words. We had a lot of projects involving short films and trailers, and they would always ask me to be the director, without a doubt. When we all got closer to each other, my friends and I would always be the one tasked in the production team. So we would always go out, travel to different places just to shoot. And that's when I realized that there's no job that isn't stressful. But I'd rather be stressed doing something that I enjoy, something that I feel proud of myself for. It was fun, shooting, writing scripts, but it's just a completely different feeling when I see the final result. And the people around me love what I did, praising me for what I did. It feels so good to be recognized for something that I worked hard on. Those people, my friends, my family, my acquaintances, they were the ones that pushed me into pursuing film because they believed in me more than I ever believed in myself. So I've decided I want to be a director, and the safest thing to do for me is to attend film school. So I was searching for schools that offer film program. And the best school would be, of course, UP. But I was afraid to even try because I know in myself that I am not the academically inclined type. I feel like it'll just pressure me to the point that I might lose my passion for film. The next one, Binil. I was actually sure of taking film in Binil, although my mom was still a bit unsure of it since we were financially unstable. But at the last minute, I saw an ad about Mapua's film program. There was this student from Mapua who was included in various film festivals. So because of that, I told myself, this is it. Mapua it is. Question number 3. Where my passion for film comes from. So, just like what I said a while ago, my passion for film came from those people who believed in me and still continues to do so. There are a lot of reasons why people do whatever they do. But for me, it is because in filmmaking, this is where I find my peace at. As I said, there is no job that isn't stressful nor requires hard work, time, and effort, but I'd rather be stressed out doing what I love because at the end of the day, this is what I choose to do for myself. Not for anyone, but for myself. When I started my college journey, I thought it would be all too stressful, that I just probably break down every single day. Well, it is stressful, and I do feel like crying from time to time. But college really humbled me. It reminded me of my passion I had when I was a kid, when I was still unknowingly wanting to pursue film. When my professor in my course Introduction to Film made us watch Merton's Weird and Wonderful World of Cinema, the first ever filmmaker, Millie Yeh, reminded me of my young self. So Millie Yeh was actually a magician who started out stop motion in order to create films. I suddenly remembered back when I was a kid when I was amazed by Zach King's magic tricks. So I downloaded a stop motion app on my iPad and then I started creating stop motions wherein I'll be doing magic tricks, and I do that every single day. When I wake up, before I sleep, when I get back from school, and it was only for the sole purpose that I enjoyed it. I then started creating trailers, video editing. I remembered when we used to live in an apartment, and I have a certain dislike for our next door neighbors. So I then created a horror trailer entitled Apartment 3, and I made my grandma watch it. She loved the film, so she made my relatives watch it, and they were all laughing, and they were all very proud of what I did since I was just a kid back then. I remembered how that felt like, but I still didn't know at that time that I wanted to pursue film, or do I know that pursuing a career in film is something that is real. I only know careers such as being a doctor, a teacher, etc. Too bad that just like Millie, there were no more footages of my old works. But the feeling it gave me, it remained. And after years, it is still something that I always look back on. Filmmaking is not just a hobby to me anymore. Filmmaking is what I want to be a part of. I love what I do. Filmmaking is where my past is, where I am currently in, and where I want to be in the future. Question number 2. My favorite films and why. So I'm a huge hopeless romantic. I don't really like to admit it, but I am a hopeless romantic. My all-time favorite movie is a 2019 French historical drama entitled Portrait of a Lady on Fire, which was directed by Celine Sciamma, and the story revolves around a doomed relationship between two women, an aristocrat and a painter commissioned to do her portrait. Since it was set in the late 18th century, they had to accept their fate, that they will never be together, that they can never be together. It was a bittersweet feeling, but there was just something raw and beautiful about a mature love like they had in the film. How beautiful can it be when a person has all this love for their lover, to the point that they are able to let go and accept what they needed to do in order to protect themselves, even if it will hurt them for the entirety of their life. Another film that is worthy of mention is a 27 drama/comedy entitled Lady Bird, directed by Greta Gerwig, a still up-and-coming director. I have a certain love for coming-of-age films. It might be because of how realistic they portray their characters in a way that young audiences like me were able to relate. So the story basically revolves around a young teenager, which was starred by Saoirse Ronan, experiencing ups and downs through her adult life. She was weird, but she has a dream and a passion of being a writer. Bit stubborn, likes to impress people, but I guess what I really loved about the film is because of Greta Gerwig's directorial style. She always has or gives a realistic but somehow animated feel towards her movies that became one of my favorite directorial styles. And that's one of the reasons why she caught my attention as a director. Question number 4. This is actually the last question. What my dream project is. I want to be able to create films that will make me think this. This is the reason why I'm here. This is my purpose. I want to be able to use my experiences as well as the people I grew up with and be able to capture that feeling on a big screen for viewers to see, for people to see, to relate to. But at the same time, I want to be able to educate people, to use my platform for good. I want to be able to give awareness to certain issues and topics that needs attention and action, to be able to reach out to those that could help people who needed help. I want to be able to inspire people the way I was inspired by people that I look up to growing up. My dream project would be creating films that does not only tell stories but also creates them for the viewers. But of course, my ultimate dream project would probably me just being happy. Still have the same passion when I watch my own films. Okay, that is actually all I got. But I would like to thank you. Yes, you, for watching this. I hope that I was able to inspire you with filmmaking, even for just a tiny bit. It was actually fun sharing with you my experiences and my thoughts. So until then, let's just try our very best to be happy.